everyone, Yuri here. I've been wanting to do a life update, homeschool update, channel update for the longest of times, but it's been pretty hectic in our house with a big move coming up. But please stick around because we have some big changes and news coming up. If you've been with us for some time, you know that my husband recently retired from the Air Force and we're getting ready to make another big move. But this time it will be a retirement move. And for the past 9.5 years, we have been homeschooling our 5 kids. And that was a really great choice because with the Air Force, you are frequently moving, probably around every, sometimes 2 to 4 years in between. And so we felt like homeschooling our kids would give our kids the consistency. At least they wouldn't always have to figure out a new environment, a new community, and have to try to make new friends. And so the one consistent thing in their lives was homeschooling. So it was just the best choice for our family. And when we returned stateside June 2020, after being overseas for over 7.5 years, it was such an easy choice to continue to homeschool because COVID was here. And I honestly don't know how people get their kids ready day to day and out the door. For me, it's just so much easier to not have that commitment. And plus, most of our kids are thriving on homeschooling. I'm also a dentist by trade, and I hadn't been working since we went overseas. So in Japan, the only way I would have been able to work was to volunteer for the Red Cross. And at that time, we had one child and she was about 18 months old. And I was not ready to put her in childcare in order to volunteer for the Red Cross, even though I would have liked to have kept up my skills, but it was just not worth it. And so God made it clear to me that this was my time to be a mom to our little girl. And by the time we left Germany, I meant Japan, we left with 3 young kids. So our 3rd child had just been born and we were waiting for her passport in order to leave Japan. And when we got to Germany, we did look into the possibility of me practicing dentistry again, but taxes were so high, so it wasn't really worth having to work and have to take care of 3 young kids. And honestly, we wouldn't have chosen for me to work because our children were really young. And plus, we had always talked about we want at least one parent present and home for the kids. And we're so fortunate because we have the financial means to do that, where my husband could just serve in the Air Force and I can be home with the kids. Anyway, to cut a long story short, here we are, retired from the Air Force, and we're faced with the choice of where we're gonna move, because that is just a hard decision for us because we had pretty much been nomads for so many years with the Air Force, and the thought of having to settle down is just such a foreign concept to us. And so we're not really sure where we're gonna move and settle down yet, although we have the state that we're gonna move to. And we are also faced with the choice of homeschooling and also the choice of working. Please comment down below if you had been working before and had a solid career before you decided to homeschool your children, and whether or not you plan to get back into the workforce. So it's been finalized as of about 3 weeks or so that my husband and I will both be working part-time. And that means that we will be able to continue to homeschool our kids. Yay! And because my husband has retired from the Air Force, it gave us the flexibility for both of us to be able to work part-time and also be able to homeschool our children. And I do feel pretty rusty and quite nervous about getting back into the dental practice, but I'm also kind of excited. because I'm pretty hopeful that it's going to be a good change. I've been doing this mom, wife, homeschool thing for many years now, and I think I'm ready to get a little more sense of myself back. And that is actually partly why I started this YouTube channel to begin with, to be a place where I can share and express my interest in hobbies and our experiences in life and whatever it may be. And so we are going to trust God in all that's about to come ahead, because there's a lot of unknowns. Before I continue with our life update, I want to thank you all for helping our channel to stay alive. And if you haven't subscribed already, please take a second to go ahead and subscribe. That not only helps our channel to grow, but it also helps others to find our channel more easily. Our goal for this channel is to be an encouragement to others, and also we're hoping that our channel will help in the various aspects of life. There are going to be quite a few changes and transitions coming up soon. We've gotten really used to being pretty close to pretty much everything. Whether it's getting groceries, our homeschool co-op, church, the various activities our kids are involved in, and even my husband's work. This has been an amazing military assignment and season for our family. But soon, it feels like nothing is going to be close. Both my husband and I are going to have to drive about 40 minutes to and from work. So I'm going to be working in one area and he's from our home, and he's going to be working in the opposite area. So we're going to be living right in the middle of our jobs, but it still makes us, have to drive about 40 minutes one way. And so we'll see how that goes, because we're kind of gotten used to being close to everything. But I'm hoping that it's going to be a good time where I can just have some quiet time and spend time with the Lord and listen to some audiobooks or whatever it may be. But we'll see how it goes. But the good thing is that we won't have the itty bitties anymore. Our youngest will be, and she's 3.5 years old now, but she will be nearing 4 years old by the time we kind of settle down into our new environment and home. So we will see how it goes. So where are we headed? We are headed to the great state of Texas. And why Texas? Because, Texas is the state that we started the Air Force journey in. And Texas is where we started our family. And Texas is where my dental license and driver's license are still active. My parents actually immigrated from Korea to Texas. And not to mention, there's no state income tax. And Texas is a really friendly homeschool state. So we felt like, Texas is an easy and familiar transition for us. And also, I kind of like the warmer weather. I prefer that over super cold. So Texas it is. Although we still won't be super close to family, but this is as close as we will ever have been, especially during our Air Force career. And I'm hoping that my parents will eventually move to Texas from Mississippi, but I don't really foresee that coming very soon, because my mom still has a small retail business that she is not ready to give up. And she also has a house with and all her stuff that she is not ready to give up. So we will see what happens. Please comment down below whether you are in close proximity with your family and whether you are able to get help from them, and also to have that tight relationship that we have always longed for. But it's always been hard, because with the Air Force, you never know. With the military, not just the Air Force, but with the military, you don't know exactly where you're going to go. And a lot of times it's going to be far away from your family members. Anyway, something that we didn't completely foresee coming, although we had joked about it many times and considered it, but we weren't really going to do it, is that we decided to purchase an RV. So things are about to get quite exciting and a lot tighter. And we're not going to be in the RV more recreationally. It's more like we're going to be living in the RV. So we're going to be doing the stationary RV life. Settling down was such a foreign concept to us, as being nomad, moving family. We weren't sure about settling down, and we're still not sure where. So we decided, well, the easiest thing is maybe just live somewhere temporarily. And we thought of renting a house, but we decided, okay, why don't we consider an RV? And we looked into some RVs. We even checked out several of them in the area that we live in, OKC, Oklahoma City. And we found one, and Camping World wasn't going to take our budget offer, but then they called us back and eventually said, okay, we are willing to take your offer, but we're not going to do any adjustments where we're going to fix anything or add any missing parts to it. We're just going to have to take it as is. So we were like, well, at least they're taking your offer. So we got kind of excited. And when my husband was able to get off from work, we decided to drive down to Texas and check out some RV parks. And the first RV park, and the one that's the most ideal for our family, there was one RV that was for sale. And usually you don't see an RV, well, this is actually a trailer, by the way, it's a trailer. You don't usually see a trailer for sale, but we saw one, and there was a phone number on it, and my husband called that number, and we got to check it out. And the crazy thing is that it was listed the day before, and it's the same brand as the trailer that we had been eyeing and that we were thinking about purchasing that is in OKC. And we really felt like this was God. This was God telling us that I am providing you a trailer, and it's right here, right in the RV park that you like, and like, this is it. And I've only had a handful of God encounters, and if this isn't God, I don't know what is. But they had just listed it the day before, and it was the same brand as the trailer that we had been wanting to purchase. And it was even listed right under the budget that we had, the budget that we had. And we checked it out and we loved it. And this trailer is actually a newer model than the one in OKC, and we actually like the layout even better. There's so many reasons for us to go ahead and seal the deal. This RV doesn't need anything to be fixed because the owners had taken really good care of it and fixed whatever needed to be fixed. And also we wouldn't have to add any furniture that's missing because everything's already there. And some things they are leaving behind. And even the timing of when the couple wants to leave the RV is so almost perfect because they were thinking about April 4th. And we were needing to move there April 5th. So we were just blown away. One of the best parts is that we aren't even going to have to move the trailer. So when we see that God provides, He provides more than we expect. Yes, it's going to be pretty tight with the 7 of us, and I can only imagine the noise decibel being way beyond what we're used to, even though it's already pretty loud in our house. But an RV made the most sense because it is already fully furnished, and we don't know where we're gonna settle. Our kids are totally excited, and I'm going a little crazy trying to figure out what homeschool materials we're gonna need for who knows when, how long, and what clothes and shoes and whatever else we need for a growing family or for 5 growing kids. We're not sure when we'll see our home goods, We anticipate maybe about a year, but who knows? Maybe we'll enjoy this RV lifestyle and we'll just continue to live the RV life. And worst comes to worst, we'll just have to buy new materials, new clothes and shoes. But it's kind of a bummer when you have to rebuy stuff that you know you already have. So currently we are trying to purge, donate, and sell some of our big furniture because we are trying to downsize and hopefully enter this more minimalistic lifestyle. So follow along as we learn how to let go of stuff and live this minimal lifestyle. And as for a homeschool update, I was going to make an update about homeschooling in this video, but I think I'm going to make a separate video about our homeschooling because this video is already getting a little longer than I had expected it to be. So make sure to subscribe and turn on your notification so that you don't miss out on that video and any future videos coming up. And I do still hope to share about homeschooling on this channel, but it may look a little different because both my husband and I will be working and we will be living in an RV full time. So come along with us as we learn to survive as a family of 7 in an RV. And so that will mean that we're going to be working on minimalism as we reach our goals in financial freedom and live life on our own terms. So that's it for this video, but I'll be chatting with you soon. Thanks for being here and have a great day.